Hey Scotty, did you see we got the new Wilds of Eldraine product? Yeah, I know, I'm really excited. So which one do you want to start with? Okay, let's go with that one.
Hello everyone and welcome to the latest of our unboxing for the Wilds of Eldraine. Today we are diving into the last of our unboxing of this wonderful expansion, and we're taking a look at a collector's booster box. Thank you very much, Scotty, for that intro. So I'm really excited for this. Collector booster boxes and set boosters are some of my favorite products to open. I'm a huge and avid collector. Let's have a look at this beautiful little box. As usual, we take a look and see how it is all around. Very nice. I love the little Magic the Gathering logo with the little smiley face. Quite nice. And yeah, it is going to be printed in Japan, so that's nice. A little forewarning, if the cards are printed in Japan, they tend to be darker and they tend to feel different than American and also European printed cards. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Usually they tend to be also less sprinkled, so I'm hoping this is a continued trend because I like it when they print them in Japan. Also, the order sometimes is completely different than the European order for the cards inside, so we'll look at the first pack, see how it is, and if the best cards are at the forefront, then we will swap them around. Also, I have with me my trusted scissors, mainly because sometimes these packs can be extremely hard to open for some reason. So without further ado, let's break into this and let's see what amazing cards you can get. Now, a little reminder, in case you didn't know, there are some card versions that you can only get in the collector's boosters. We made guides about every single product on our channel, so after this video you can go and watch them at your leisure. But yes, there are confetti cards, so these are the manga version of the Enchanted Tales that are confetti foiled, and of course the extended art cards, which are only found in these collectors packs. And let's have a look. As usual, this is foiled and quite beautiful, and even this side is foiled, and at the back as well, and the top, very nice. I tend to keep these boxes and I collect them, so it opens up as such. And unlike the Commander Masters, this one contains the good old 12 booster packs, so that's gonna be nice, with 15 cards each. So if I can get them out, because they're really tucked in, there you go. And yeah, let's see what wonderful adventures await us. We'll start on the right with the first, and we'll see. Now, I think I know that Japanese packs tend to have a pull tab, but I tend not to just cut. Let's see if my theory proves right and they're hard to open or not. Okay, so we managed to open one like this, and maybe the next ones we'll just cut them up. And yeah, I can feel the difference in the cards already in the stock from opening them up. So we get the food token, and I would reckon then, yeah, it's gonna be backwards this time, right? Yes, I think so. So let's go from the back. We have the Red Tooth Gynecologist foil. Of course, the commons and uncommons here are all gonna be foiled. Harry Spearguard, the Sodden Knight, Ginger Brute, Ice Rod Sentry is our first uncommon. Sir Armont foil, 3 bowls of porridge. Then we get the beautiful Lightbox Land in foil. And now we're going to start seeing, I think, the rares and the Enchanting Tales. So yes, the first one is Dragon Mantle, and then we get a foil Intangible Virtue. There's our uncommons. Then we get the first one, and I can feel the foiling already is completely different. It feels like it's more textured. A Horned Lock Whale in the normal adventure version, and this is a rare. We have a Netling Nuisance from the Commander Masters Fey Dominion deck in the extended art, and then we get Virtue of Persistence. Wow, I think this is our third Virtue of Persistence or our fourth one. So yep, we got very lucky. We've had 4, and this is in the Showcase Adventure style. Very beautiful, absolutely. And then we have 3 more cards including the tokens, so this is gonna be a Leyline of the Void. Okay, this is the black Leyline that if a card will be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you exile it. Very nice card. And then we have This is a rare that we get. Last one is going to be a Charming Scoundrel foil, very dark foiling, and yeah, we've seen this card before. And then we get a human and a food token. So this is an extended art, and it's very, very nice. You'll notice that the foils for the collectors made in Japan, if you stand them against the normally printed one, usually like the European ones, they tend to stand out like darker. So if you have like a chunk of them next to the normal ones, you can definitely make out the foils from Japan. Okay, next up, I'm just gonna go and cut open a bit easier, that way we don't spend too much time here, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take the cards out. Okie dokie, starting from the bottom again. Ramble Quest, then we get Root Rider Fawn and Obira's Attendants, Stormkell Prowler, Cursed Courtier, Lore Scarer Butcher, Witchstalker Frenzy, a Forest, very beautiful art, and then Utopia Sprawl, Garruk's Uprising. We get the 2 commons here. Uncommons. Then we get a Restless Cottage in the normal foil version. Very, very beautiful card. Rare. And then we get Raging Battle Mouse, of course, in extended art. And we get, actually, I'm going to put this here because this is not a automatic card. And we get Elusive Otter in the beautiful Showcase Frame version. Very beautiful card. I love the Showcase version of cards. They're quite gorgeous. Really beautiful. And then we get Leyline of Abundance, that is a leyline that whenever you tap a creature for mana, you add an additional 1 green, and then for 6 and 2 green pips, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So this is another leyline. And then for the last, we get Intruder Alarm, which is an enchantment, and it's an enchanting tale. Creatures don't untap during their controller untap steps, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you untap all creatures. This is a commanded card. Very interesting one. Then we get a mouse and food token. Very nice. Kidoki. First 2, quite decent. Let's see what we get. Quite beautiful arts, and honestly, it's so nice to see a return for the showcase version of adventure cards. Then we get Bespoke Battle Guard, Break the Spell, Ariet's Whisper, Crystal Grotto, Spellscorn Cavern, Up the Beanstalk and Up the Nose, Ruby Daring Tracker. Then we get the beautiful island, by the way. Very beautiful. And Knightly Valor is our first uncommon enchanting. Second one is Spreading Seas, foil. Then we get Spiteful Hexmage in the rare version. And Food Fight. Okay, this is an interesting one. It's an enchantment. It's an extended version. Costs 2. Artifacts you control have 2. Sacrifice the artifact. It deals damage to any target equal to 1 plus the number of permanents called Food Fight you control. It's an okay card. It's nothing fancy. Then we get a Scalding Viper in the adventure version of the showcase that we've seen before. And then, wow, Greater Auramancy in the anime manga version, whatever you want to call it. Very beautiful card. We've seen this one before in the foil version of the normal enchanting tale, but this is very nice. And look at that, you get a bumblebee and you get a floating it's the hare. I don't remember the name of the hare creature. Maybe you can let me know in the comments down below. That's really beautiful. This gives Shroud to all other enchantments you control, and all enchanted creatures you control have Shroud. Very wonderful card, and it's extremely beautiful in this version. Definitely a great pull here. And then the last card is a Virtue of Strength foil in the showcase version. Very beautiful, really beautiful card. Very lucky with that one. And then a rat and a food token. Okay, 3 more to go for the first half. And you know what, I would love to see a good confetti foil. That would be a really nice pull. All right, Belluna's Gatekeeper. Then we get the Grabby Giant. I love the Grabby Giant. Cut in. And then the Troublemaker. Oof. And then Tough Cookie in the foil. Very nice card. Gingerbread Hunter. Knight of the Sweet's Revenge. I love the flavor of this card. And then we get a Plains. Very beautiful Plains. And I like this Plains a lot because it has red and darkness inside of it. So it's quite nice. And so far we've gotten one of each of the lands so far. Very lucky. And there's 2 per type. So we'll see. And then we get Garruk's Uprising. and Knightly Valor in the foil version. Then we get Decadent Dragon foil normal version. And then we get Elvier of the Wild Court and the foil extended art version. This is a commander card, very decent. Then we get Restless Biovoke, which is in the borderless version. A really beautiful card. We've seen it in the normal version, but it's quite a decent one, and it's one of the best ones for the limited. So really a different card and a really good one. So we have 2 more. Next we get Parallel Lives. This is a very good pull. Parallel Lives is an enchantment. It costs 4. If an effect will create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. Extremely good for the token deck. Extremely good pull. And I'm very well pleased with this one. And then we get a Devouring Sugar Maw in the showcase version. A great little card that we've seen before in the normal version, and I really like it. I think it's extremely strong in a food deck, and I really love this version in its foil as well. Very nice. And then we get a treasure and a food token. Okay, we have 2 more to go in the first half. Okie dokie, what will we get? We get Merry Bard, Sweet Tooth Witch, Hamlet Glutton, Misleading Modes, Succumb the Cold, Corvold and the Noble Thief, Belligerent of the Bowl instead of the Bell of the Bowl, and then we get a Forest, very beautiful. Then we get an Intangible Virtue again, and then Stab Wound foil, very annoying and limited if it's played against you. And then we get a Restless Vinestalk. Okay, so we've seen a lot of the Restless lands here, very good. And then we get Malevolent Witch Kite, which is a jumpstart card. Very interesting. We've seen it before, of course. And then we get Hornlock Whale, which we've seen in the showcase version. Very nice card. I mean, it's not the greatest one, but it's still a very nice rendition. Then we get Dawn of Hope, which is an enchantment that costs 2. It's an enchanting tale. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, you draw a card. And then for 4, you create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. This is a very good enchantment for the life gain deck or even for a food deck. So this is absolutely a great little card. And then the last one is Doubling Season in foil. Very beautiful card. This is going to be a wonderful one. Doubling Season in the Enchanting Tale, this costs 5, is an enchantment, it's green. If an attack effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many tokens instead. And then if an effect will put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many of these counters on that permanent instead. Yeah, this is amazing. This is a great card. I played this in my Atraxa deck, and it's going to be swapped in with this version for sure. And then we get a beautiful Beast token, which I love these arts, by the way. They're very nice, very nice. And the food, very cool. We got really lucky with these. Okay, next up, what do we get here? Leap and Ambush, Vantress Transmuter, Edgewall Pack, Hopeful Vigil, very good and limited. Never Stalked by Nightmares, Emodane's Recruiter, Two-Headed Hunter, Plains in the storybook foil version, Ground Seal foil, Food Fight foil, normal version. Then we get Hilda of the Icy Crown. This is a mythic. We've seen it before in the extended art version. Very beautiful card and also fairly strong. Then we get Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. We've seen this in foil in our set booster unboxing. Yeah, this is a great little card. It's a bit gimmicky and I love this version though. It's really nice. 2 cards left to go. We get a Prismatic Omen, which is an enchantment, costs 2. Lands you control have every basic land type in addition to their other types. Very good for mana fixing. Very good. And then the last one is going to be a Feral Encounter, foil extended, and a bird token. Okay, we start in the last part, the second half, and yeah, so far I'm very well pleased. We've got some really decent cards, and yeah, I couldn't ask for better. All right, we got Sleight of Hand, Voracious Vermin, Voracious Warfox, Stockpiling Celebrant, Dream Spoilers, Stormkill Vanguard, Royal Treatment, a Swamp, so we have the full 5 now, and then we get Vampiric Rite, and we get Raid Bombardment, foil, and Virtue of Knowledge. Now we have all the virtues. This is the foil. Blue one, this is a 5-caster enchantment adventure. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time, and it has an adventure side, Ventress Visions. Cost 2, it's an instant. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for that copy. So that's very nice. We got very lucky and we managed to see all of the virtues. And now we see, Court of Ardenvale. This is one of those cards. The courts are commander cards that are not in commander decks and only available in the wild card slot. And it's one for every color. This is the white one. It costs 4. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch, just like every other court. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from graveyard to your hand. If you're the monarch, you can return it to the battlefield instead. Very, very good card. I really like this. I think these are very well aimed at commander players. And then we get Cruel Sound of Age and the showcase version, and Polluted Bonds. We've seen this one before. It gets taxing really quickly, and it hurts your opponents really well. And then we get Belluna Grand Squall in the foil showcase version. We've seen her in the normal version. We had a foil of her, and now we see her in the showcase version. Very, very beautiful card. Very gimmicky, and that's going to be a very nice commander card. And then we get a treasure and a food token. Okay, 4 more to go. Oh, 5 more to go. Okay, of course, I am extremely ecstatically happy about all the cards here because it's always nice to open a collector's booster box. Rhyme for Reindeer, Conceited Witch, Scarecrow Guide, Wizard of Oz, Not Dead After All, Knight of Doves, Sherry of Numbing Depths, Galampai Wielder of Forest, beautiful, Grasp of Fate. Then we get a foil Dark Tutelage. Then we get Apprentice Folly and foil, Rotisserie Elemental in the extended art. Then we get the Twining Twins and the showcase version. Very beautiful art. Really, really nice. And then we get 2 cards. The first one is the Leyline of Lightning. Of course, this is the red one. And whenever you cast a spell, you may pay 1. If you do, it deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. And then the last card is a Poland Shield here. This was the hair that I was talking about earlier. Very beautiful foil and the showcase version. Very, very nice. And then a treasure and a food token. Okay, now we have 4 more to go. And yeah, still no confetti foil. I thought they were much more common than I thought. I don't remember the percentages, to be fair. Hollow Scavenger, Snare Master Sprite, Aquatic Alchemist, Johann Stopgap, Solitary Sanctuary, Welcome to Sweet Tooth, Johann the Apprentice Sorcerer, a Mountain, Hatching Plans. Then we get Hatching Plans foil. Okay, a little bit of duplication there. A Tale of the Ages, seen it before, and foil. Very decent, actually. Then we get Ingenious Prodigy in the showcase version. It's a 0/1 human wizard with Squawk. Cost X and 1 blue. And it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if it has 1 or more +1/+1 counters, you may remove a +1 counter from it and draw a card. Very nice. And then Devouring Sugar Maw and the showcase version non-foil. And then Entry Alarm and the normal. And then Land Tax. Really, really good. Land Tax is a great little card, and this is foil. It's costs 1 white. It's an enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle. Of course, if you play this, you'll want to have basic lands. Very, very, very good card, and very, very good overall unboxing so far. Extremely pleased. We've seen so many beautiful card versions. I love them. Okay, next up we get the Ratcatcher Trainee, Twin Veil Guide, Hopeless Nightmare, Territorial Witchstalker, Galvanic Giant, Tanglespane Lookout, Discerning Financier. We get a Plains, then we get the Griffin Airy, and a foil Vampiric Rite, an Elusive Otter foil, normal version, an Ox Drover, extended art. Not a great card for the commander, but hey-oh. And then we get Talion the Kindly Lord in the boardless version. Very beautiful card. I like this card. I think it's actually going to be pretty decent in some constructed formats, and also in limited it can be really annoying and very good for the stats lines. Very, very wonderful card, and I love this version. And then we have 2 more cards. The first one is a Phyrexian Unlife. It costs 3. It's an enchantment. You cannot lose the game for having 0 less life. And as long as you have 0 less life, all damage dealt to you is dealt as though it had in fact. Therefore, you can have only 10 poison counters and then you lose the game. Very, very interesting enchantment. And then the last one is Elvish Archivist, which is in the foil extended. And a Knight with Vigilance. So, okay, 2 more to go. Let's see, what do we get here? All right, first up, we have Candy Trail. Then we get Callan's Lightblade, Borrow Naughty, Evolving Wilds foil, Agatha's Champion, Troyan Gutsy Explorer, Cheeky House Mouse, love this flavor. Then it's an island, beautiful island. Then we get a Raid Bombardment, Compulsion, okay, we've not seen this one before. Cost 2 and Enchanting Tail. You pay 2 to discard a card, draw a card, and then pay 2 to sacrifice it and draw a card. Actually pretty good for the limited format as well. And then we have a Redcap Gutter Dweller, not bad in foil. Then we get a Thunderous Debut in extended art, which we've seen before. Then we get Restless Cottage in the extended borderless art. Very, very beautiful borderless art, and I like that card. And then we get a Copy Enchantment, seen before. And then the last one is Yenna, Red Tooth Regent. This is a 4/4 Elf Noble for 2 and Selesnya. It's a legendary creature, and for 2 generic and tap it, choose target enchantment you control that does not have the same name as another permanent you control. You create a token that's a copy of it, except it is a legendary, and if the token is an aura, you untap Yenna, Red Tooth Regent, then scry 2, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, that's the extended art. So far, we're not seeing any confetti foil. This is the last booster pack. We've seen some really, really good cards though. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this. Hopefully you got very lucky and you got all the cards that you wanted. Let's see the last pack. What does it have for us? Living Lantern, Brave the Wilds, Torch the Tower, Sugar Rush, Fairy Fencing, Howling Galefang, Colossal Sword, Swamp, Compulsion, once more. Then we get Utopia Sprawl, foil, and then we get Blossoming Tortoise. This is a mythic. It costs 4, 2 generic and 2 green pips. It's a turtle. It is a 3/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you mill 3 cards, then return a land card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Activated abilities of lands you control cost 1 less to activate, and land creatures you control get +1/+1. Effectively, this is for the restless lands of this set. It's not a bad one though for allowing you to ramp if necessary, but milling 3 cards can be really annoying and limited every time. So it's not bad, but it's not great for limited. Then we have Misleading Signpost, not a great one for the Fey Dominion deck. And then we get Decadent Dragon in the showcase version. Very, very beautiful. And then we have 2 more cards. First one is Sneak Attack in the manga version. Very beautiful. This is an enchantment that costs 4, and for 1 red, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. You sacrifice this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Very good card, and I'm happy to see it in the anime or manga version, whatever you want to call it. And then the last one is Prismatic Omen in foil. We've seen it before. And then we have a human and food. Voila, we have finished the unboxings for the Wilds of Eldraine for you. Unfortunately, we did not get a confetti foil card to be able to show it to you, but that's okay. We've managed to get some really, really nice cards, and we've been able to show you everything else of the expansion. So I'm hoping you've enjoyed this unboxing. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your best pull that you got in this expansion so far. We read and reply to every comment, and I really always look forward to you writing to us. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It does help small channels like ours a lot. And from Scotty and I, we thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Be good, be kind, have a good day, and thank you very much. Bye!